Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for those of you who are new here, my name's Amy. I'm a full-time reseller primarily on the Poshmark app, but I do dabble in other online platforms. Today I'll be doing a ship with me video. In these videos, I go day to day and I share the different items that I ship out. I talk about how much I paid for them, what they sold for, and what my profit is. Sometimes I'll talk about if I'll pick them up again or if I'd pass. I'll share how long it took for an item to sell. So there's lots of things that you can learn from my videos, and I'd love it if you'd watch all the way to the end because I always have interesting and unique items to share. So let's get started. The first item is pretty exciting. So I went thrifting with a friend on Thursday and I picked up this bracelet. We went to a very small town thrift store. And I had been there about 6 months ago. Actually, I'm going to show you this again. I don't know if you can see, but it has quite a few missing stones on the bracelet. So I had been to this thrift store about 6 months ago, and this bracelet was there, and I passed on it because it had so many missing stones. I was familiar with the designer, and I knew that some of the pieces had good resale value. So the designer is Selro, I think, S-E-L-R-O, and this was marked. So it caught my eye again when we were there, and I asked them how much it was, and they said bracelets are $2. So I thought, it caught my eye last time and this time, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. Like I said, I bought it on Thursday. I got it listed on Friday. I listed it for $129 after I did some research. I found out that this style and color combo were rare. And on Sunday, I got an offer for $99. I decided to go ahead and accept that. After looking at comps, it looked like that was a fair price to expect to get for this item. So $99. I can't believe I passed it up this time, and it sat there for 6 months until I came back and got it. So that made my profit $77.20. Oh, I'm so excited about that, and I'm so glad that I decided to pick it up this time. Hopefully the buyer who gets it will repair it. Actually, I think I'm going to do this. And, I could be wrong. It's possible that I could have got more for this, but I am happy with that quick flip and awesome profit. I'm not going to complain one bit about that. Okay, the next item is this pair of North Face winter boots. These are the thermo ball, and they have this kind of oil slick hardware, which I really liked. Now I picked these up towards the end of last winter, so I've had them for a while, but I think it was just because of the season. I had them listed for $79, I think, and a buyer offered me $67. I thought that was fair. I had looked up comps and they weren't quite as high as I thought they should be on these. So I decided to accept. I had paid $10 for these at the Goodwill, which was I think a pretty reasonable price. I think maybe they didn't notice that they were North Face. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $43.60. I'm pretty happy with that. It seems like winter stuff is selling right now. So if you have anything to get that's winter to get listed, I'd say get it listed now, because you'll see I'm selling a lot of this kind of activewear winter type stuff recently. Did I say my profit was $43.60 after posh fees and my cost of goods? Okay, the next item is a Patagonia Nano Puff jacket. I picked this up and I think I just listed it like 2 weeks ago. It does have this repair at the front. It also has some wear and down coming out at the cuffs. I did include all of that in the listing. I picked this up because it was only $3 at a small charity shop. I don't remember the last time I found Patagonia for $3. That was a really good price. But it seems like the Nano puff is so popular, I thought that it would sell anyways. This is a size small. So I listed it for $69 and a buyer offered me $60. I happily accepted. So that made my net profit, or my profit after fees and cost of goods, $45. And some of you may or may not know, but Patagonia does offer a repair service for their items. I'm not sure if that repair was done by Patagonia or by someone else, but if you see damaged Patagonia for a cheap price, I would say pick it up anyways, because there's a chance that you can get it repaired or your buyer can get it repaired. I'm not sure what the cost is, if it's free or what it is, but I still think it's worth it to pick it up if it is reasonably priced. Okay, the next item is kind of an interesting sale. This is a vintage, what they call fisherman's sweater. It's a really thick, chunky wool, and it is by Whalers Sportswear, but then it also has an Abercrombie & Fitch label in there, which I thought was really cool. I picked this up in the bin at the bins, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, but it was damaged. I didn't notice it. I don't know if you can see, but this was all separated here, and it was in my repair pile. I got motivated a couple of weeks ago to get out some of these items and repair them and get them listed. So I repaired that. It isn't a professional job or anything, but because this is so chunky when you're wearing it, I don't think that you'll be able to see that repair. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So I listed this for $46. A buyer liked it, and I sent out 10% off offers with discounted shipping. So I sent out an offer for $41 with discounted shipping, and the buyer accepted. I had paid, my average cost of goods for that bins trip was about $1.65. So I wrote my cost of goods as $2. So after Posh fees, that made my profit $28.12. I'm not going to complain about that at all. And you know, I probably saved this from the landfill because it was damaged. Other people may have passed it up and it could have gotten thrown out, but I took 10 minutes and made that repair and made some money, and I put it into the hands of somebody that will appreciate it, even with its flaws. That really makes me happy. Let's see, it looks like I might need to get a bigger box for that. Okay, so the next item that's sold is this North Face jacket, and it is kind of like a rain jacket, maybe a snowboarding jacket with this camo print. I picked this up at the Goodwill, and then when I got home, I realized that it had this burn mark on the hood, and it also had some other like white marks that I couldn't get to come off. It was a good size, and I liked the style, so I decided to list it anyways. I had paid $10 for this, and I listed it for $59, I think, and it sold for $52. It only took a few months to sell, so not too bad. And after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $31.60. If you've watched my videos before, or if you haven't, I do talk a lot about selling flawed items. So I don't intentionally pick up flawed items, but when I do, I like to list them anyways instead of redonating, because they almost always sell and relatively quickly. So if, you know, part of your mission in doing this business is to save items from the landfill, I'd say that I am proof that you should just list those flawed items and they will sell. Because $31 profit on a flawed item, I mean, I think that's great. And I buy, you know, secondhand items all the time that are slightly flawed, and I still wear them and I don't care. So I think a lot of people are like that. Okay, the next item is this vintage wool beret, and it is marked made in France on the inside. Now I picked this up, or actually I didn't pick this up. We were going on a trip for one of our friends' 40th birthday parties, and I asked to stop at some thrift stores. So our other friends decided that they were going to buy our friend who was having the 40th birthday a funny outfit from the thrift store. So they bought him this, and it was a man. So they bought him this beret, a woman's yellow blouse that tied in the front, some 70s jeans, and I wish I had a picture to insert here because it's pretty funny. And a belt to match. So we made him dress up in this outfit once we got to our vacation rental, and it was pretty fun. And my friends seemed to have a really fun time thrifting that outfit. So anyways, the point of this is that, of course, he didn't want to keep this beret, so he gave it to me because I thought I could sell it. So I listed it for $39, and oh no, actually I listed this for $35, and it was a full price sale. So my cost of goods was $0, which made my profit $28. I'm thrilled with that, and it sold within only about a week, so that is really great. So if you find a vintage beret that's marked, of course, look up who it's made by, but it seems like there is some potential for money to be made from these. So I didn't get a big enough piece to wrap this in, so I'm going to wrap it up off camera. But overall, I'm happy with my sales from over the weekend, and I will be back in a couple of days to share what else I sell. I'll see you then. Hi there, it's a few days later and I'm back to ship out my sales, and it has been a really great couple of days, just back to back to back sales. So that always feels good. Some of them are lower dollar items, but that is fine. I am happy to move out some stuff so I can get new stuff to bring in. So the first item that sold is this pair of Danner work boots. And these are in really great condition. There's some scuffs on the toes, but otherwise really nice condition. I picked these up at an estate sale for $1. I don't normally do like men's work boots, but for $1, and I was familiar with the name brand Danner, I decided to pick them up. I listed these for $99, I believe, and a buyer offered me $60. I think it's possible I could have got a little bit more for these, but I was in the mood to accept offers and move some inventory out because I've been buying quite a bit lately and I have lots of stuff to list. So I'd like to clear out some stuff, and I can't remember when I listed these. I think they've been listed for a couple of months. I'm not totally sure. But because my cost of goods was so low, I decided that I would go ahead and accept that offer. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have you sold Danner boots before? What kind of prices did you get for them? Do you think I left money on the table there? I hope not, but you know, like I said, sometimes it's just good to accept offers and move things out. So after my cost of goods and Poshmark fees, that made my net profit $47. I'm thrilled with a $47 profit. So, okay, the next sale is a bundle, and this is a pretty great little sale. So this is a Laurel Dasso purse. I had never heard of this brand before, but I think it's kind of like a small independent designer. This is a consignment piece that I took. I don't normally take consignment, but I was helping another dealer out and I thought this was pretty cool, so I decided to take it for her. So that's the first item. The second item is this heart pendant, and it has the kind of floating crystals in there. It's sterling silver. And then the third item is this really cute little sterling silver charm that you would put on a charm bracelet, and it's of like a little tropical hut. So the whole bundle sold for $108. I can't remember exactly what I had all this listed for, but it was about a 20%, just over a 20% discount on the bundle. And usually, you know, I price things so that I can give 20% discount. So I was happy overall with that amount. My cost of goods are a little bit higher on this because the purse was a consignment piece and I did a 50-50 split with the other dealer. So like I said, the bundle sold for $108 and my cost of goods was $33. So I paid $1 for the little charm and I think $3 for this necklace at a thrift store. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my net profit $53.40. I think that's pretty good. I'm not going to complain. All of these items did take a while to sell. This purse, I think I've actually had listed for close to a year, maybe 8 months. So for that Laurel Dasso brand, it's not a really well-known brand, but it does have a kind of a high retail. So I definitely wouldn't pay up for that brand. I think I had it listed originally for $79 or $89, the purse. So that could be why it took a little bit longer to sell. I'm gonna go ahead and finish packaging this up off camera. I think I need to stuff this bag. But I am happy to move those items out. Okay, the next sale is pretty exciting. So this is a vintage salmon skin belt. If you're a loyal watcher and subscriber, you'll see that I've sold a couple of these already. I was at an estate sale and they had these belts in a few different colors, and I just grabbed them because they were only $3 and I thought they were cool looking, and you all know I love belts. So when I got home, I saw, you know, I was like, oh, this doesn't look like snake skin. This looks like something different. And I saw that 1 or 2 of them were marked genuine salmon skin made in Canada. So that is pretty uncommon to find. So I had this one listed, I can't remember what I had it listed at. I think I had it listed at $79 and it sold for $67. I had good luck with the other 2 as well. This is the last one. There was a bright green colored one and it sold first. So like I said, I paid $3 for this. So that made, after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my net profit $47.92. That's great. You all know I love a good belt sale, and especially when I make that kind of profit. That's really exciting. A few of you have made comments saying that you picked up belts and you've sold them. Some of you have sold them for high dollar amounts, some for $39. But I just love that I'm helping you guys out to look for new things and to make more money, because that's why we're all doing this, right? Okay, another belt. This is just an American Eagle black leather belt. I picked it up because it was like new and I liked this buckle and it felt like the leather was nice quality. So let's see, it was $2 at a thrift store. That's the other reason I picked it up. Because sometimes I'll kind of not be as enthusiastic about picking up a plain black belt, even though that's pretty much all I wear. So anyways, I have this listed for $39. A buyer offered me $20. I think I might have been able to get a little bit more for this, but I was in the mood to accept offers over the last couple of days. Maybe that's why I had more sales, because I just was like, all right, I'm ready to move some of this stuff out that's been listed a while. Although this belt hadn't been listed very long, maybe only a month or so. So that made my net profit $14. I'm happy with that for a $2 investment and for a belt. Okay, the next item was a full price sale, which again, if you've been watching me, I talk about St. John. Actually, it seems pretty frequently. I didn't really realize how often I picked up St. John or how much inventory I had. This is called the Santana Knit, and it's a wool knit, and it's really their classic iconic line from St. John. And if you haven't watched before, St. John has a pretty high retail price, and some of the pieces command a good resale value. So I had this one listed for $59 and it was a full price sale. St. John does take time for me to sell. Typically, you're waiting for the right buyer to come along, but this is just an assumption, but I think it's a mature buyer, and oftentimes they're looking for a particular piece and they just buy it outright. I frequently have full price sales for St. John. So I like to keep my cost of goods under $5 for St. John because the resale value is so unpredictable. So for this, I went to an estate sale and they had a whole bunch of St. John stuff, and they had all of their clothes for $2. So I just had my arms full of St. John and other nice, name brands like this for $2 a piece. You can't pass that up. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $45.20. I am happy with that. Even though it took some time to sell, I am aware that that is just the case with St. John. And that's, again, another reason why I don't like to pay very much, because I know that it will take a little while to sell. Okay, the next item is just a basic pair of Madewell jeans. I believe this is the older tag. I'm not as familiar with, current brand tags as I am with vintage. I just typically pick it up if it seems like it's a in-style piece and if it's a good price. This is the 9-inch high-riser skinny crop, and I picked these up in the summer, actually, and I kind of thought that was more in season, but they're just now selling. I think they've been listed for 4 or 5 months, and they sold for $35. I think I had them listed for $39, but I can't remember for sure. I had paid $5 for these, which is maybe a little bit more than I should have paid. because it seems like Madewell Jeans, unless there's certain styles, aren't selling as fast as they used to. But that's okay. I still made a decent profit after Posh fees and my cost of goods. My profit was $23. Nothing to write home about, but also nothing to complain about. As I've said before, I like to keep my profit on each item over $20 just to account for the time that it takes to source, list, and ship items. But it doesn't always work out like that, as you'll see with the next couple of sales, but that's okay. Okay, so the next item is this vintage Patagonia pullover. It's kind of a light medium weight waffle knit fleece. It's an interesting piece. I would guess this is maybe from the 80s or 90s. I am not certain. Let's see, is there a tag in there? Yeah, I mean, it could be from the 2000s too. I'm not really sure when that tag is from, but I paid a little bit too much for this. I got excited because it was Patagonia and it was vintage, so I thought for some reason that I'd be able to get more for it. So I've had this listed for a long time. I don't know, maybe 6 months or maybe even 8 months, I'm not sure. I paid $5 for it. And I think I originally started listing it at, boy, I did miss some of this fuzz on here, at $49, and I had reduced it to $39, and this buyer offered me $27. So I quickly accepted because I was ready to move this piece out because it had been listed for a while. And I don't know if you're like me, but I always get excited when I find Patagonia, but I'm learning that not all pieces sell for high dollar amounts, and that typically it's more coats or, you know, pieces that say Patagonia on them will sell for better prices. So just be aware of that and don't necessarily pay up for every Patagonia piece. Okay, so it's sold for $27. I paid $5. So after Posh fees, that made my profit $16.60. Again, not super exciting, but you know, profit's profit, and it is gone and I can buy something new. So although this video will come out later, but it is November, what is today? November 9th right now, and I'm doing No Thrift November, and let me tell you, it is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I love thrifting, so, you know, and I go thrifting when I'm happy, when I'm sad, anytime, so I'm having to actually work more instead of thrift, but that's good. Maybe that's also why my sales are a little better. Okay, so the next item is this Nike puffer jacket, and I think this is a little bit older based on this tag. And I also overpaid for this a little bit because I'd had it listed for quite some time. I paid $6 for it. And a buyer offered me, I think I'd had reduced it down to $39, and a buyer offered me $25. I just decided to go ahead and accept because I'd had it listed for so long. I paid $6, so that made my profit $14. Really not what I anticipated for this coat. I thought it would be more of a $39 or $49 piece. Not really sure why I thought that, but I did. So anyways, profit is profit, and it's a really cute coat, so I'm sure the person who bought this will like it and they'll be happy that they got that good deal. So this is the last item for today, but I will be back in a couple of days to share what else I sell. Hopefully I continue to have a good week. It's been really busy so far this week. I think I have yeah, over $750 in sales so far this week. So that's above average for me. If you're enjoying my videos, I would so appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and that'll notify you when I upload new videos. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down below. All those things really help me out. They help boost my videos in the YouTube algorithm, which helps more people find my channel and it helps my channel grow. So I really appreciate that. Okay, that's all for today. I will see you in a couple days. I'm back and I just have one item to ship out today because I can't ship tomorrow, so I wanted to get it shipped out today, but it's a pretty great sale. So it is another pair of these vintage Christian Dior frames. If you haven't been watching my videos, I picked up 30 pairs of these for $5 a piece at an estate sale, and I immediately regretted it. Because I thought that maybe it was a bad buy, but it has been a wonderful buy. I think I am to the point where I have quadrupled my money now, and I still have between 20 and 25 pairs left. So they were just demo glasses. So some of them had clear lenses, and some of them had no lenses at all. So these ones are just the frames with no lenses at all. And I had them listed for $129. I sent out 10% off offers to likers. I always have trouble spitting that out with discounted shipping, and this buyer accepted. So they sold for $116. I am just so thrilled that this risk worked out for me in the positive. You know, I mean, at $5 a piece, I was pretty sure that I could make money on them, but because I bought 30 pairs, I put out $150 at one time, and that's kind of what was making me think maybe it wasn't the best idea, but it turned out really great. So I am really excited, and I've gotten a lot of great feedback on these frames. People have been really excited to get them. And to be honest, maybe if I had listed them on eBay or another platform, maybe I could have gotten even more for them. But I am happy with, you know, what I got. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $85.12. You guys know me, I love a big profit because I'm shipping out this one single item instead of having to list, pack, and ship 3 or 4 items. So I like working smarter, not harder if I can. So that's all for today. I will see you in a couple of days with what else I sell this week. Hi again, I have a few more goodies to share with you that I sold. It wasn't quite as busy, but I had a couple high profit items, so I'm not going to complain at all. I do want to apologize if you can hear something. My heaters are kind of loud in here, and it got really cold over the last couple of days, and it's just too chilly to turn them off. So I hope it doesn't mess with the sound too much. If so, I apologize. Okay, so the first thing that sold is this pair of vintage cowboy boots. Now these have exotic crocodile leather on the toe, and these are by Wild West Boots, which I couldn't find as a notable brand necessarily, but I just picked them up because they had this exotic skin on the bottom. I picked these up at a fill the bag sale that one of our local churches does, so I paid less than $1 for them. They were pretty dusty looking when I got them, and I think that's why maybe other people had passed them up. But I had these listed for $129, and they sold for $116 with discounted shipping. I'm so excited because, you know, like I said, I paid less than $1 for these because the fill the bag sale is $5 for a giant garbage bag, and you know, I probably got at least 20 items for that $5, which is so awesome. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $89.12. Very, very happy with that. These did take a few months to sell, so it wasn't, you know, an instant sale or anything, but because my cost of goods was so low, that does not bother me one bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next item that sold is this kind of lounge wear jogger set. And I picked this up at the Goodwill and it was new with tags. So it's by Fate. And this set was originally sold at Revolve. I think that it may have sold at other places too, but it has this cute lightning bolt detail on there. And my Goodwill had this priced as a set for just $10. Now there was quite a few of just the sweaters listed, and people had just the sweater listed for between $40 and $60. So I listed the set for, what did I list it for? I think I listed the set for $89 or $99. Because there were so much competition and so many available, I wanted to make my price somewhat competitive. And a buyer offered me $60 for my set. I wanted to turn and burn this because, again, there was so much competition. So I wanted to get it in and out and not have it sit. So like I said, I paid $10 for it, so that made my profit after Posh fees and my cost of goods $38. I had only had this listed a few weeks, so I'm really happy with that profit for a quick turnaround. If I had waited, I might have been able to get more for this, but I just didn't want it sitting around. So I decided to take that offer and make a quick profit. Okay, the next item is this semi-vintage Adidas track jacket. And I actually picked this up for myself originally. I don't know, I just liked the colors and I thought it was cute, kind of retro looking. But I really didn't end up wearing it that much because the weight of it. They're just, where I live, it's either really hot or really cold. We do have fall and spring, but it just doesn't seem to last that long. So I decided to list it. I can't remember what I listed it for. I think I listed it for $39. And it sold for $31, I think with discounted shipping. I don't remember what I paid for this because, like I said, I bought it for myself and not for resale. So just gonna tell you what my earnings were after Posh fees, $22.12. It did take a little while to sell, but overall I'm happy with that because, you know, if I had sold it at a yard sale or something like that, I probably would have only got a couple of dollars for it. So $22 makes me happy. So that is all for this week. I so appreciate you guys continuing to watch, and all of you who are leaving kind comments every week on my videos. I'm so thankful for you guys, and it really encourages me and makes me want to keep going, and just makes me feel good. So thank you so much. If you're enjoying my videos, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below. All those things really help me out, and I really appreciate it. Right, I'll see you next week. Thanks again.